Good evening and welcome back. I want to start by thanking our producer, Andrew McFarlane, who's in New York, and also our international coordinator, who is Mary Cohen. Without either of these, this broadcast would not exist. I want to start, as promised earlier, I will probably piss off the Republicans, and that is only unfortunate on their behalf. But it has to be done. My complaint with the Republican Party is that they are not conservative enough to save this country. And I'm particularly talking about Boehner and McConnell. And, excuse me, and if these people would actually wake up and discover that the opposition, the Democrats, i.e. Obama and his cronies, are out to destroy the American economy and the American society in general, Boehner and McConnell actually need to start fighting. And they may not win the fight, but at least they will fight, because you've got a mass of constituents out here who are willing to fight with you on your side, but we need leadership, okay? No more of this go along to get along. So it's time to fight Boehner, McConnell, who I'm particularly talking about. So if I have any liberal Democrats out there who are young and have not been around for very long, let me try to explain to you what you are doing by casting your vote to somebody like Obama continually. I don't know what drug of choice you have, but it's obviously impairing your judgment, because if allowed to continue the course that Obama is on, there will be no opportunity for you in the United States, if you ever hope to get out of college and obtain a job. Because if you have not woken up to the fact yet that the free market enterprise which exists in our country, or did exist, sometimes produces wealthy people. Let me explain something very clear to the young and naive who do not quite understand. The wealthy people, the rich people as you call them, are the ones who spend money in the economy that directly benefits you if you are working. Let's say, for an example, that you work at an automobile dealership. Okay, you land a job working, selling automobiles. Who buys your cars? Okay, every year, every 2 years. It's usually a rich person. Okay, especially if you work for a Cadillac dealership. And by the way, I don't receive advertisement from Cadillac dealerships, but that just comes to mind offhand. So you're working at an automobile dealership, and this rich guy comes in and wants to buy a new car. Well, great for you, because you're going to make great commission off of it. But if you go around with this mentality, this attitude that you're going to take everything from the rich man, who do you think is going to be buying a new car? It's not going to be the guy working down at McDonald's who might be making $12,000 or $14,000 or $15,000 a year. It's going to be the rich guy. If you are a builder, let's say that you're a bricklayer, okay, that is your occupation. Where are you going to go to build a new house? You're going to go to the rich guy. Well, not if you've taken everything the rich man has. So the point that I'm trying to make to the young people and to the middle-aged people who still have not understood free market enterprise is, if you destroy the rich man, what are you going to be left with? Well, I don't know if anybody out there other than me has ever read the book Dr. Zhivago. This was a very popular book to read back in the 60s and 70s when I was at university. You might want to read that book and comprehend it, and you might get a better idea of what will happen with socialism/communism run amok. It will destroy your country, your economy. And that's the course that we are headed on right now. And the sooner that people actually wake up from their drunken stupor and realize this, the better off the whole of society can be, and we can all get back to work. So those young people who were voted for Obama the first time you were in college, and now 4 years later you voted for him again and you're out in the job market, where are you going to go to get a job? So let's take a look again at the rich man and see, what we have there with the rich man. Let's say, for an example, that we wake up one day and we take all the money from all the rich people. Well, let's not forget Bill Gates and people like that who contribute vast amounts of money to the Democrats, the liberal Democrats, and Obama campaign. Let's not forget them. Let's not let them skate out free, because that's what's going to happen. But the rich man, the typical rich man who might make, who knows, $500,000, $1 million a year, maybe they're in a successful business that they started out making very little, and they built it up over the years. Who do they hire, or how do they spend their money that feeds the economy of a nation? Well, on a small scale, they hire a lawn care company or a lawn care professional to come in and take care of their beautiful lawn. If they have a pool, they hire a pool technician to come in and clean the pool and maintain the pH level or whatever is necessary. Let's say they hire a landscape company because, hey, they've got money, why not spend it to beautify their home? And so you get an idea of the amount of people that are actually employed, or their jobs are supported directly as a result of this rich person out there. But let's say, for an example, that that's not good enough. That let's take all the money from the rich people because they're living better than, some of us are not. Well, take all their money. Does society benefit? Does the economy benefit? Does the government benefit? No. Because if you took all their money, you would probably run the government for maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. And then, since there's no more rich people in the world to tax, where are you going to go to tax, to raise funds? Well, we already know that about half of the population in the United States does not pay tax. The other half do pay tax. The rich people end up paying probably 70% of their income already goes to supporting the government. So you can't go to them anymore because you've taken all their money. Free market enterprise, for those who are of East European, and I've got many friends who came from East Europe, the promise in America is if you come to America, the free market enterprise affords you the opportunity. Nobody can guarantee that you will be successful. As somebody once quoted, I quote somebody that said at one point, God may create us all equal, but he does not guarantee the outcome, because each person is an individual with different characteristics, different ambitions, different goals. You cannot guarantee that everybody is going to be living in a nice house in the preferred suburb of the city. It's not going to happen. Some people will work harder than others. Some will be more inventive and creative and create and produce something that society needs. The promise, the encouragement for those type of people is that if you create, if you work hard, then you will possibly become very rich and very wealthy. We've already determined that you could take all the money from the rich people. It's not going to benefit society. It's not going to improve society. All you've done is you've destroyed the true taxpayers in this country. by taking all their money. So get away from this socialist nonsense. And it was, while I'm thinking of socialism and communism as terms, let's also remember, if I'm not mistaken, that it was Lenin that said socialism will lead to communism. That was Lenin, the great communist. So those of you who think that the answer to society's poverty is socialism, it's not. Wake up, and look around you. You can go into any inner city or any suburb. You'll find young men just hanging out on the street corner at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, when normally they might be working. And so socialism is not the answer. I've got to take a break here, and I'll be back, and we'll continue. In the next segment, I want to talk about the rise of UFO sightings that have been occurring throughout the world. And later on in the show, we'll get back into the politics. And if all goes well, I can piss off some more Republicans for not fighting, not acting on behalf of the people, the conservatives. And hopefully I can also piss off some Democrats because they're mentally deficient. Hello, I want to introduce you to a fashion boutique in Boucherville, Quebec. Now that is the Montreal area. The fashion boutique is called Nova Boss, and the location of Nova Boss Fashion Boutique is 1001 Boulevard de Monterville. And they also have a Facebook account. And if you live in the Montreal or the Boucherville area, and you should visit this fashion boutique. It's very unique. Everything that they have is produced in the province of Quebec. And their Facebook site is located, you just simply go onto Facebook and key in the words Nova Boss, Nobobas, Nova Boss.